And then yeah, we've been developing since September. Early September, we took it public, had a private sale, raised 100 BNB at private sale, then went on to do our pre-sale and pink sale. A lot of guys in this group would have aped into that. We raised 1,000 BNB, sold out that in 3 minutes, and and that's taken us to where we are now.
Was mental. I'm not gonna lie. We have very similar backgrounds. I had to. I was not even 15. I had to move to China, to Guangzhou, where I did my whole high school and then stay there
Hmm.
until I was like 21. So we have similar backgrounds. I love that. Asia.
Yeah, awesome.
I think Asia opened up so many new opportunities for me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm super thankful to Asia.
100%.
Yeah, right. It literally broadens your horizons so much.
So much, man. Like it's surrounding yourself with a different culture. It brings so much value because it just gives you a different perspective on life, like completely different. And there's so much value to that.
100%. Well, James, we'll have a chat about that very soon. Let's focus
Let's do
today.
it.
Let's focus today about Lat Market, Latlings coming to AMA Central, guys. This project is insane. I love it. It's bringing so much into DeFi, as I said before. That I think we're not even going to have enough time to talk about everything. So let's get started. James, we already know your background. I love to hear that you're so international, just like myself. Um, in regards to Loud Market, in regards to Loudlings, in regards to everything that's coming, tell us a little about this project, just as if none of these guys heard of it before.
100%. So, the reason I'm here to speak to you guys today is to introduce the Loudling NFTs that we are launching. Those are getting launched tomorrow. Um, Before I go into that, I definitely have to give you some background about the project as a whole, because we're not just an NFT line. Far from it. These are going to represent one part of our future, and there's a whole lot more going on already. Has been going on. So I'll fill you in on that now. Essentially, Loud Market is going to be the first NFT marketplace for music. Um, you guys have seen what NFTs have done to the visual art industry, the way they've liberated artists, and the way they've brought finance into a previously non-financial sector. It was purely creative. There was this whole stereotype of, oh, you're an artist. Oh, you go to art school. Good luck getting a job. All this stuff. Now you tell someone you're an NFT artist, they're probably gonna be like, oh, which Lambo do you have? So it's completely revolutionized the visual art industry, as plain as day. Um, but the issues that the visual art industry were facing still apply in music. It's a very similar industry. It's creative arts, and what you have really is a few big players who make a hell of a lot of money, and then you have everyone else. And the current structure that we are faced with right now of streaming, it simply doesn't suffice. You have people, even friends of mine who are musicians, and they hit a massive milestone. They hit 1 million streams on Spotify. Okay, we had a party for him. He hit 1 million streams. I was with him. We were celebrating. I said, "Hey man, how much money did you get from that?" Couple $100. That's it. Couple $100, US dollars, not even pounds. It's disgraceful. It's nothing. So what was once a grassroots industry has now essentially become a US tech industry. You have these massive US and multinational tech corporations that are taking huge slices of the cake. You have you have cartels of marketing firms and lawyers who are completely extorting these musicians, and what you get left is musicians only take home 12% of the revenue from the music industry. It's nothing. These guys are the creative engine. They bring all of the value, and they take home hardly any of it. So essentially, what Loud Market is going to do, it's going to completely restructure the sales process and the ownership process of music. We are trying to return the sales process of music to the hands of the musicians. These guys are going to own their music from step 1 to step 10 to money in their pocket. Um, it's really as simple as that. We're taking decentralized, financializing technology, and we're turning music from just a creative asset into a financial asset. And this is what's happened with art, as I was saying before, and it's going to be crazy for music. Yeah, if I'm honest, it's going to be crazy. You're going to have musicians who can sell music for the price that they choose, the quantities that they choose. They can input their royalty fees on it, so they get a chosen percentage of all future sales. Okay, you're going to have incentivized fan bases who are now they now have an economic incentive to support the low artist, like the up and coming artists that they love. Everyone has that guy, and they're like, yeah, I knew him before he was big. I knew him before he was big. And what can you say? Oh, you can show, oh yeah, he's in my playlist that I made 2 years ago. Well, actually, oh, I got this NFT and I bought it for $10, and now it's $100,000 because he's just blown up. So this NFT structure is going to completely restructure the way these musicians are selling their music. It's going to completely change the way that fans are interacting with their music, and it's going to bring a hell of a lot more money to the musicians. Now we have been developing this marketplace since April. As I say, we're the first guys on the block. Hasn't been done before. We are creating new technology. And we're really, really close. I mean, the marketplace is finished. It's completely done. We got a speed test back yesterday. We scored an A, 99% in most of our rankings. I won't go into the technical details, but it's fully functional. And our launch date is the 24th of November. So that is next week is when the marketplace is launching. We have over 200 artists signed up to release music with us, and we have a massive community ready to buy that music. um, we're really, really excited. I mean, we've been speaking about this for a hell of a long time, and now it's finally coming together. Um, so that essentially is a summary of Loud Market. There's a lot more to it. If this was a dedicated AMA on the platform, then I would go into that in a lot more detail. But what this is really is this is an opportunity for me to introduce you guys to the Loudlings. And now the Loudlings are a line of NFTs that we are releasing tomorrow. So these guys are getting put up for minting tomorrow. Um, for those of you who followed my AMA in this group before the pre-sale, you would have heard me say that Loud Market will not stop with music ownership. We will not stop with changing the structure of music consumption, but we're coming for the entire music industry. Plain and simple, we're not going to stop. This technology is going to revolutionize the entire music industry, every aspect of it, and we're going to try and be the guys to do it, to do every side of that, basically. So this takes me on to what the Loudlings are about. For people who are interested in music and follow music, then you will have noticed a shift in the past 2.5 years. So 1 second, sorry. So there's two things that have happened, and this shift that has taken place has been in the music performance industry. So it's live shows, and it's live venues, and it's live events. Now, for me personally, I think there's the root of this shift has been down to two things, and the shift is that these live shows and live venues have moved from being in-person events where people turn up and they physically stand there and watch this artist. They've moved to actually being virtual, online, streamed events, and it's been catatonic. It's been huge. The industry has shown a massive uptake to wanting to do this kind of thing. Uh, and the first one is really obvious. The second one might make a few people's heads turn. The first reason for this is coronavirus. It's affected every country around the world, and it has actually made live performances illegal. You know, you couldn't go to these live events. You'd have been breaking the law. Um, and essentially, when you cut off an industry like that, then there's a scramble, and there's this demand, and there's this supply, and there's no way for these two to meet. Um, and so what you saw really were artists and musicians putting on live shows on their Instagram live, on their Instagram pages, going live on their Facebook, and putting on shows and doing like radio shows for their fans. Um, but it just didn't satisfy. You had Tory Lanez doing his radio station every day. He hit over 1 million listeners. And how much money did he make from it? Not a single dollar, nothing, because it's not set up to do that. Um, and that takes me to my second reason for this shift, and that is one event in particular. Um, Travis Scott performed a live streamed event on Fortnite. I'm sure you guys have seen this or heard about it. It was a while ago now, but when it was announced, everyone was like, "What the like? What's going on? No one's going to watch this. It's stupid. It's a waste of time." Um, Fortnite made millions. They made millions selling skins of the event, selling dances from the event. They had one of the biggest turnouts for any concert, full stop, and it was virtual. Um, Something that nobody expected, and it completely shifted people's perception of live venues and live events. And so we're in a situation now where you've had a massive event like this hosted on Fortnite, which is a game, you all know that. It's not an active or accessible space. And you have this realization from artists that people will consume their music in virtual live performances, and actually they can have a much bigger outreach if they do it this way. You know, if you have 500,000 fans and you do your show in Chicago, how many of them live in Chicago? Probably not that many. You probably have a lot of them living in China, living in Africa, living all around the world. And there are no barriers when you're doing these things virtually. The connected and multinational world that we live in demands this kind of thing. It needs this accessibility. Um, and that is the direction that Loud Market will be moving in. We will very soon start development on virtual spaces so that musicians can cheaply and easily host virtual events. We are going to create one central place where artists think, I want to hold a concert. Let me go to Loud Market. I'll hold my Loud Market live event there. And they can connect with a web of music fans and listeners and consumers, and easily and simply and quickly put on this show to their fan base. Um, Now, we are in a unique position where we have developed really good relationships with a lot of musicians already. So we have over 200 musicians signed up to release music on the platform. These guys are trusting us with their music, and you know they're musicians, so this is their livelihood. It's their everything. It's not just some collection they've been building up. So there's a load of trust that goes into that kind of thing, and it's trust that we've earned. So these guys are these. I mean, we've spoken to a lot of them, and a lot of them are down. They're really keen to do this sort of thing because realistically, Travis Scott can do it. That's fine. He has an insane amount of resources available to him. But if you have, you know, your mid-level musician, he's got a decent fan base still. They don't have 200 grand to put on a live event like that. They don't have 50 grand to pay for 4K streaming cameras and a whole video team. They don't have all these things. But for a company and a project and an organization such as ours, these developments are cheap. You know, when you're doing it when you're making one platform and it will apply to everyone, then it's a cheap thing. You don't have to do it one at a time. You do it for everyone, and essentially that's what we're doing. Um, Now, in the future, we will be having ticketed events like these. So if you want to come and join, you'll be paying tickets. And that essentially is where Loudlings come into play. So everyone that owns a Loudling will get access to every public event that Loud Market hosts, every single one. It doesn't matter if it's some small artist, if it's Justin Bieber. If you hold a Loudling and the artist is performing on Loud Market, you get access. And this essentially is going to open up a massive market for what are basically season tickets. They're season tickets that don't just last a season; they last a lifetime. And we will be hosting renting services. People can rent out their Loudlings, and trading services so people can trade them. We'll also be hosting more exclusive events such as AMAs, studio sessions, just conversational sessions with artists. And in these situations, it wouldn't be suitable to have 10,000 attendees. And that's how many Loudlings there are, 10,000. So that's why we have added different levels of rarity. So the rarity itself has use case. We'll have an artist that comes to us and says, listen, I want to do a face to face. I want to speak to my artist before my next album. I speak to my fans, sorry, before my next album. But I only want to speak to 150 people. No worries. We'll take a 1.5% rarity trait, and we'll say, listen, if you have this trait, you get access to this event. Suddenly the value of that trait skyrockets amongst the community that like that artist. And essentially that's how we'll be bringing real use case, real value, actual measurable, tangible value to these NFTs rather than just structuring them based on hype and visual aesthetic, which I think is the case with most of them. Now, we don't intend to stop at virtual events. We don't intend to stop at phone attendances, TV attendances, and we will be developing a virtual reality setup. So the future of concerts, realistically, for people that understand where technology is moving these days, the future of concerts is you don't get on a train and go to a show. You sit in your chair and you put on a headset. And we're really trying to be at the forefront of that. So we will be developing virtual reality venues of different sizes, and basically gearing up for what will be the metaverse. That word is thrown around way too much these days. Don't get me wrong, I completely agree with you on that. But at the same time, when it comes to social gatherings and creative output, the metaverse is going to change the space, and it is going to be a huge thing for those kind of social and community events. And that's something we're really trying to be at the forefront of. Now we recognize that this growth and this trajectory that we have planned is not it's not an overnight thing. We've always said we're a long-term project, and we understand that. I mean, truthfully, to this day, we haven't released our use case. I'm sure you guys know that the marketplace comes out next week. So anyone investing in the project is doing it purely speculatively, and most devs won't tell you that. I'm not gonna say it's not a bad bet. I'm not gonna say it's a bad bet. I mean, I back myself highly, but the truth is we haven't given anyone the use case. So if you're investing, it is speculative. Um, and the same will be said for the NFTs that we're releasing with our proposed use case. So a way that we are trying to combat that is we will be doing music NFT airdrops. So there's 10,000 Loudlings. We are going to try to do a monthly airdrop where we get an artist who signs up to the platform, and we're getting dozens of these per day, just to put that into context. We'll get an artist, and our acquisition team will say, I've given them the spec. They'll come to me. They'll say, "Listen, we think this guy's really good. This girl's gonna blow. Yada yada yada. Let's include her in the airdrop." So that will include me going to that artist and saying, "Listen, the first bit of music that you drop on the platform, don't do it. Sell it to me. Sell it to Loud Market. We'll buy 10,000 copies, and we airdrop one of these to each Loudling holder." Um, and they'll essentially be the Loud Market bets, people that we think are going to do well, that we can take advantage of the fact that they're up and coming, buy their NFTs from them, make them a bit of money, but also give our holders what we think will be an appreciating asset. And that is how we intend to sort of combat the speculative side of investing into these loudlings. You will be getting NFT music airdrop to you. That is a fact. We will be developing the virtual concerts. That is a fact. The success of these, we can't promise. We're going to try really bloody hard. Everything we've tried to do so far, we have done. But I'm not going to sit here and give you guys empty promises. I know you guys, you've got better things to hear than that. So essentially, those are the main use cases of the Loudling NFTs that we're doing. We'll be integrating these into the marketplace because we believe it's really important to keep our brand and our name sort of coherent and connected. So we will have a trading space on our marketplace where people can buy and sell and trade their Loudlings. We'll also have that right next to the information that's showing you the upcoming events. So people can, fans of artists can look at the events and say, "Oh, damn, I want to go to that. Oh, the tickets are what, $200 to get in. Oh, I could just buy a Loudling for $500, and then I could go to all three of his concerts." Something like that. And it will really mean that the value of these NFTs will be determined by the demand for the concerts that are going to happen, really, essentially. So you'll have fans saying, "Oh, just to throw a random name, saying, oh, Ed Sheeran's going to do 3 concerts. I really want to go to all 3 of them. I could spend money and go and use this, essentially a perishable ticket, use it once and then it disappears, or you can invest into something that you can go to the concert and then sell it again afterwards." And we think that is going to be what determines the value of these Loudlings, these NFTs, and also the rent rates that people are willing to pay. So if you have $100 for a ticket, so there's only 10,000 tickets for sale, they get sold up pretty quickly. Now you have almost like a resale market going on, where people can sell their NFTs just for one day, and it's something that's very easy to code in a smart contract, where you have it as a semi-locked wallet that automatically returns the NFT afterwards. And these guys will now be essentially ticket salesmen, and they have a guaranteed ticket to every event, and they can guarantee that they can sell a ticket to every event. And it's something that doesn't disappear. They buy it once, and they can sell a ticket to every event. Yeah, and that's where the true value is going to come into play.
I love it. I have to be honest with you, James. I love the fact that you are trying to change the music industry. It is a very small lobby. We all appreciate music. We all jump into Spotify, get into top 50 global, listen to the most listened artists. What we don't realize is that behind the scenes, there are millions of great artists making content in Spotify too. They don't even get paid a penny from it. And their content is great. For me to use DeFi to give opportunities and to give value to the content of new creators, and new artists is insane, and it is priceless, honestly. Um, I think the Loudling idea is huge too. Again, guys, just so you don't forget the point, tomorrow, is it the whole 10,000 tomorrow?
Yeah, whole 10,000 tomorrow.
Nice. So tomorrow, guys, you'll be able to purchase their Loudlings, their NFTs that will have possibly and hopefully, if everything comes to place well, a tremendous utility. They will be, let's call them infinite. You'll be able to swap them around, exchange them, buy one for a day and sell it whenever you need it. It is incredible. Um, I think it is mind blowing how far DeFi has taken us, and how creators like James and his team are literally sitting down every day trying to find ways to make DeFi a much more usable space, and literally the future of the world. I do believe that every single artist needs to start touching NFTs, whether you are a painter, or whether you are like a 3D creator or a graphic creator, or in this case, whether you're a musician, an artist. It is insane that we can expect Loud Market to be on top of the music scenario, I'd say, in the next 10 years, most likely. We're
Yeah,
all going to get.
that's really what we intend to be. We intend to be a massive player in the music industry, and we intend to take market stake from the big companies that have, quite frankly, gotten very lazy. If you know Kodak, the company, they were chilling making printers and cameras, and then all of a sudden, they didn't innovate, and now no one buys anything from them, and they're a dead company. And quite frankly, if the music companies don't fix up, that's going to be how they end up. Um, so just to clarify on some points, Loudlings, 10,000 of them launching tomorrow, 0.35 BNB each. We're launching on the Binance Smart Chain because that's what the Loud token is on, and that's what a lot of investors in this group are on as well. Um, we will be having an Ethereum bridge coming out at the end of the month. So the token will exist on both Binance Smart Chain and Ethereum. But yeah, tomorrow, 2 p.m. UTC, Loudlings are launching 0.35 BNB plus a tiny bit of gas. We're all excited. Hope you guys are as well.
Buzzing. It's crazy, honestly. I think having a Loudling right now, the price that you guys are selling them is is crazy. Like minting one right now, like tomorrow, 2 p.m. UTC, as we said, is going to be a great chance for you to be a part of a great project with great foundation, with a great technological development as well. Behind the scenes, these guys are literally killing the music game, the music NFT game. And again, I'm very positive when I say that even companies like Spotify, if they don't innovate and jump into finding ways to generate more interactive content and get their listeners and also their artists more engaged in a platform, these platforms are going to be dying in no time. Uh, Also, pay to listen as well, super expensive if you think about it. Is mental. And again, for music lovers like me, James, and probably the rest of you, who doesn't like music? We all listen to music, whether we're sad, whether we're happy. It is a must for art. So wonderful, James. Hats off, honestly, to the whole project, to the whole development, to the Loudling NFTs going out tomorrow, 2 p.m. UTC. Is going to be a blast. They're going to last 5 seconds. Trust me on that. People are going to go in crazy. Do you have anything else to add to it? Would you like to say anything else to to our lovely investors before they ask you questions?
I think really that I've gotten most of my points across. I was aware I was just speaking at the camera for a very long time, but I guess that's why I'm here. Um, yeah, that's it really. The use case is the virtual events and in the future the metaverse events. The mint date is tomorrow. The time is 2 p.m. UTC, and the price is 0.35 BNB. That's the really important information that everyone needs to take home.
That's great. Keep it in mind, guys. 2 p.m. UTC tomorrow. Don't miss it. Price is so affordable to just mint one of these Loutlings. 10,000 out there. If you can buy 100, do it.
So if I may add, actually, we will be giving $5,000 to one lucky minter, and when we sell out, we're also going to be buying back $100,000 worth of Loud tokens off the Pancake Swap. So there'll be an opportunity for you guys to make a bit of profit there. If you see us getting close to that 10,000 figure, buy some Loud tokens before we do. You heard it here first.
Very. Let me just write it down so people can remember this. It's $5,000 to a lucky minter, right? To someone that just
That is
minted.
correct.
Right.
Exactly, $5,000. We're also hosting lots of other competitions on our Discord right now. So I definitely encourage you guys to go over there and join in and get involved.
Great. Let me just get it clear. Perfect. Wonderful. 2 p.m. UTC. It's going to be the 19th November. So tomorrow, 19th of November. Great. Tomorrow. Wonderful. I think it was brilliant. I mean, I didn't even have to ask any questions. Oh, it was so well structured, James. I usually
Thank you, man.
I do guide devs a lot into these AMAs, as in I have to ask them so much. It is clear how professional you are and how clear ideas are about your own business that, again, nobody but you can really tell us what's going on. So thank you for guiding us through such a great project. Thank you for being so transparent and at the same time so professional. I do want to jump into some questions now. We have Tom around too. If he wants to say something, he can definitely say something. Tom, I didn't see you there.
Oh, you know,
Lurking in the
I wanted
dark.
to come up and pretend to be someone and be like, James, I really appreciate your project. It's really good to know I'm part of the project. Yeah, no, it's as James said, it's the project's go. It's you know, everything's structured, everything's going well. It's all really we're really happy with everything. A lot of hard work's gone into it, a lot of developing's gone into it, and we're really looking forward to the marketplace release. We're looking forward to the Ethereum bridge. We're looking forward to the clothing line. We're looking forward to the Loudlings. We're looking forward to so much stuff. And
Clothing line right here, everybody.
there we go. But we're looking forward to it, and it's James has pretty much said everything. I can't even say anything at this point. He literally read everything. So good luck to everyone getting them. We're hoping they sell out. Almost the majority of the funds are going to go towards so much developing of the meta, because you know that's expensive stuff. You know, all the 3D modeling, design, and all that stuff for VR. So a lot of money's going to go towards developing the VR stuff for the metaverse and marketing. So thank you for having us, Travladd. I can't say anything more. James has said it all, but no, brilliant.
That's great. That's great. I mean, we do feel super thankful that we have the chance to present projects like this one. I feel like, as I said before, this is the reason why we exist as well, to be able to bring to the world technology, new projects that will definitely change how we vision, how we see different industries that have been stagnant for such a long time, like the music industry, which is
I And the thing is, obviously when we last launched, you guys did an AMA, I believe. Am I right, James? Before we
That is
launched
correct.
Loud
Yeah, we did it 1 hour
and
before the pre-sale.
you know, the day after it went up 3,000%. It was an amazing start. You know, straight away up above $12 million daily. It had an explosive start. Of course, it went down, but it's never ever gone anywhere near to what the public sale price and pre-sale price was. It's always stayed at least, I think, at least 4 or 5 times, and it's
Yeah.
gone up again. It's just sideways. It's all on speculation. That's why it's sideways. You know, you've got to release the actual product,
I think you're
which
cutting
we're
out a
doing,
tiny bit there, mate.
and all of that. But
Yeah.
no, you know, is Emma still there? Just look what we did with Loud. Can you hear me now? Yeah.
He's a little bit.
little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
No,
I know what you're gonna say though.
yeah.
Like we've
No.
shown that we can create hype. You know, we've shown that we can market
Can you hear me?
a product. Yeah, I can hear
Whatever.
you. Your Wi-Fi is pretty shot right now. It's because he's using up all of his Wi-Fi on the dev stuff. I bet.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right. No worries.
yeah. But
James,
you guys who hopped in our pre-sale and our private sale, you've seen what we can do. You know, we're not going to shy away from the fact that we can market a project and we can create vision. And really everything's coming together for these outlets. So we're all super excited.
that's exactly something I wanted to literally say right now. These guys have already demonstrated everything they had to. The entry price now, even for an investor, is crazy good. I mean, you're buying this literally at such a good price right now that even just investing right now is great. But we're not here for that today. We're here to talk about the Loudlings tomorrow. Don't miss them. They got 10,000. That's it. You have a chance. Literally, don't miss it. You're gonna regret it in the future. I can literally vision this and probably regretting not buying Loudling that day you had an AMA with Benson and at AMA Central with James and Tom and stuff. So definitely, I'm gonna be there, computer ready, clicking on that minting button, 100%. I can guarantee you that. What can I say, guys? Honestly, this is once again one of those projects that you feel comfortable talking about. One of these things that is going to change the way we see a multi-billionaire industry, which is the music. And again, that's why we're young. That's why we're fresh. That's why we have fresh ideas, and that's why we are able to bring new technologies into, as I said before, stagnant businesses. And that's how you build a new multi-billionaire way of seeing a classical business style. So amazing, James. Amazing, Tom. If there is anybody else from the team, congratulations, guys. Loud Market is insane. I saw it last time. I see it now. You've come so far, and you guys deserve the best of the best. Hats off.
Thanks a lot, Benson. I really appreciate that.
No worries, brother. In regards to the question, guys, if you have any questions, I mean, James definitely explained himself super well, but if you have any questions, feel free to ask them to us now. They are ready to answer. Rossum is around here. You are on fire, man. You don't miss one. Hey, bro. Rossum? We can't hear you, mate.
You hear me now?
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
Press the button properly. Right. The crypto space, as we know, is really at this point only about 1% of the population. How do you plan on getting normies into the scene? Or do you have plans to do that in the future?
Yeah, that's a great question. So you're right on that figure. Crypto crypto, I mean, like a year ago it was about 1%. Now I think it's looking at about 3 to 5% of the world owns cryptocurrency. When you compare that to music, I think it's 75% of people in the world listen to music almost every day. So that's about 70% of people that need to be filled there. What's that? About 5 billion people that we're missing out on. And yeah, it's a big thing that we spend a lot of time thinking about. So something that we've done to help bridge that gap recently, on the 12th of November, we made a partnership with a company called Indocoin, and you can now buy your Loud tokens directly with your debit card on their website. They are also developing API for us, so you will be able to buy Loud tokens with your debit card directly on our marketplace. You won't have to faff about with anything to do with Binance, any of that wallet creation stuff. You can literally buy it with your debit card and have it there in your Indocoin wallet. Create your own wallet if you want, if you feel safer, but that's all you'll need. Now, in terms of marketing to these other people, realistically, I'll put it in a business technical way for you. When you're pitching a company, say to a venture capitalist, they're really interested in two things. They're interested in content creation and content distribution. Now, we have a really unique situation at Loud Market where our content creators and our distributors are the same people, and that's the musicians. These guys are creating the NFTs, and then it becomes in their best interest to market these NFTs towards their fan base. So essentially, these musicians are going to do a lot of marketing for us for free because they're trying to get the best price for their NFTs, and they're going to try and draw in their quote unquote normie fan base to purchase their music in a way that actually benefits them a lot more. And our partnership with Indocoin is something that's going to really bridge that gap and make the whole process a lot easier.
That sounds excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you for your question, man.
Appreciate having you. We had three AMAs today. He came to all three. You're a legend, mate.
Wow, that is impressive.
That's a good one. We got Jim Star, we got Crypto Professor. A lot of people, when I talk to you, James, I think you need to open a podcast or something like that. Crypto Professor, what's up, bro?
Hello.
Hello
Hey,
there.
man, how's it going?
So I'm holder of Loud, actually from Brazil. I just want to
Awesome,
ask
man.
if is it Loud open for partnership with another token?
Okay, that's a really good question. So we have been approached by quite a few tokens right now who've requested partnership with us, and we haven't accepted any of these partnerships as of yet. We hold ourselves to an extremely high level of integrity, and we demand that same level of integrity from any token that we partner with. Additionally, we're not about to make partnerships for the sake of partnerships, really. This is sort of like a hype focused approach, and we're very much a utility focused approach. So we have made partnerships with Indocoin because they've drastically increased our utility and our ease of access. And excuse me, and we will make partnerships with tokens that make our user experience better. But unless that's the case, unless these guys are operating with our level of integrity and transparency, and they're creating a space that is improved for our user base, then we're not going to be making partnerships for the sake of it.
Okay, so you are open for partnership, right?
We're open for partnerships with the right people.
Okay, so how to contact for the partnership? Maybe I will contact you
Yeah,
in
contact
a
Mike.
month. Yeah.
Mike is your guy, main man Mike on the group.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, anything you say to him will get passed on to me.
Okay, thanks.
Great, crypto professor. I mean, I agree with James 100%. We're exactly the same here at AMA Central. A lot of other groups of call groups and stuff like that talk to us. When you have such a high level of integrity, you look for the same or even more. Why would you partner up with someone that, that literally doesn't have the same values that you have, or even better values? So 100%, James, 100% agree with that one. Good for you. Let's get into another question then. We're just going to go. It's late, super late. What time is it there, James?
It is 10:50 right now. My phone did just die, which is why my camera's turned off.
Don't worry, bro. Don't worry about it.
I'm on my computer right now.
That's completely fine. It is 11:50 for me, almost 12. So yeah,
Cool.
pretty late. We're gonna get into one more question. I'm gonna give this one to Carlos. We love Carlos. Are you there, Carlos? How is it going?
How you doing, Benson? How you
I'm
doing,
doing
James?
great. When you come in and ask questions, I'm happier than I was. So
I'm don't take this as an attack or anything, James. I'm a serious investor. I just want to know. I'm a normie right now, and I'm not buying the project. How will you sell it to me?
How will I sell what to you? The Loudlings or Loud Market?
The Loudlings.
The Loudlings. Well, the way I would sell it to you would be to think bigger than today and think bigger than tomorrow. Don't limit your ideas to what is in front of you. You should look at what's happening and try and predict what's going to happen. Don't look at what the demand is now, look at what it's going to be. The fact is that people are moving online and life is becoming virtual. It's something that's scary and people probably at first will be apprehensive of, but social interactions are becoming more and more virtual every day. You could have told someone about social media 20 years ago and they would have laughed in your face. You could have told someone about virtual concerts 5 years ago and they would have laughed in your face. But now everyone's doing it. And soon people are going to be valuing these virtual interactions over their real life interactions. This is the direction that we're moving in. Now, there's plenty of opportunity out there. You don't have to choose Loud Market to take advantage of this. You could choose another project that's taking advantage of this. But we are applying this to a creative industry that is timeless. Nothing is older than music. People were dancing as mating rituals before they were drawing on walls. Music is deeply ingrained in our genetics and in the way we reproduce. And virtual interactions are growing and will take over. Me, it's completely clear that this is where the music industry is headed, and if you want to invest in that direction, then Loudlings is something to do. If you want to invest in the value of online concerts, then Loudlings is something to do. If you want to wait and pay money for every single event that you watch, then be my guest. But this is your opportunity to not do that. And this is your opportunity to have a lifetime ticket to these events and create continued income from renting that out.
Oh my God, that was beautiful, man. That was that was like you were waiting for that question, and that was a answer, and you just won me. You won. Thank you. Thank you,
Hey,
Benson.
thank you, man. I appreciate your question.
cheers, Carlos. Lovely. That's spot on, James. Agree once again. I'm definitely on that side. I think, guys, honestly, if you're in crypto, if you don't trust in the digital future, then I don't know what you're doing in crypto, honestly, and in DeFi. So that's for sure, James. Like that's where everything is heading right now. And also, you see, I don't want to break it, but you see live concerts. You see people getting smashed, people dying in live concerts, and that literally takes us even more to probably just VR and metaverse. Not having to suffer um, things like was it Travis? Was it Travis Scott?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, and I mean, I wasn't gonna bring it up, but it's very true. The tragedy that happened at Astro World is something that will also scare people and push people away from these virtual these real life events.
right.
Um, there there's fear now, and you combine that with a media industry that thrives on this and wants to twist this as much as possible. Yeah, parents aren't going to let their kids go to these events. Parents aren't going to feel comfortable with that. Children won't feel comfortable with that. And something else to add to that, the reason that they didn't stop the concert, the excuse that was given to all these people who were pleading for their lives was, we can't stop it. It's being streamed live. So there you go. There was so much money in the live streaming of it that they didn't stop to save these people's lives, and it's a tragedy. And yeah, obviously all of our thoughts go out for those people.
Correct. Yeah, I mean, bringing it up is not one of the nicest things, but I think it is a matter of understanding where we're heading, and yeah, I mean, that's how we are turning. Um, we all enjoyed that Fortnite live event, and then you see Astro World, everyone crying honestly instead of enjoying at the end of the show.
Compare the two things; it's plain as day.
Exactly. So, right, guys. Lovely AMA. I'm not going to bring it any further. We could be asking questions for the whole day. We could be talking to you, James, for a very long time. But
Likewise, Benson.
what we're going to do now is I'm going to do a little reminder, guys. Do not miss it. Tomorrow, 2 p.m. UTC, 10,000 Loutlings will be released. Only 10,000. Don't cry if you don't get one. I am telling you right now, 10,000 Loutlings tomorrow, 2 p.m. UTC. This is no joke, guys. This is probably the only token that I have seen in regards to music NFTs and the music industry that is literally one step closer to change the music industry, and I'm telling you that. With that said, I don't have anything else to say. James, if you want to just round it up here and make a nice little kind of like
Yeah, fantastic. So, I mean, we are Loud Market. I've been James. Loudlings are coming tomorrow, 2 p.m. UTC, 0.35 BNB. Look at the charts. You're getting a fat discount, cheaper than we intended for them to be. So you're welcome. You can thank China for that. And yeah, there'll be one opportunity to buy these, and then they're going to exist forever. So don't let this be that moment where you look back and regret. This is Loud Market. This is Loudlings. Appreciate everyone for giving us your time. Time is the biggest asset that you will have. So when people come here and listen to me speak, then I really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Thursday night, and enjoy the weekend. Thanks a lot, guys.
Peace, James. That was a wonderful AMA. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Again, Loud Market was here. Loud Market is going to be here now and in the future. Don't miss it. 10,000 Loudlings tomorrow, 2 p.m. UTC. This is the last time I'm going to tell you. Don't regret it tomorrow when you didn't buy one. I wish you a very good night, guys. Everyone, both investors and you guys, James, Mike, and the rest of the team. Have a great one. Take some rest. Get ready for tomorrow. It's a good day. It's a big day for you. And I'll see you very soon, guys. Definitely. Have a great one. Best of luck. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.
Thanks a lot, guys. Bye bye.
Bye.